Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. I'll do another one of these videos sitting down for you. By the way, I always make these the same day. The ones I'm sitting down in front of the camera right now, these are made the same day they come out. Informative other voiceovers, they could be 6 weeks old. I'll give you guys a forearm shot. Let's get into this. In fact, I made so many videos this week, I don't know if I've made this video. But even if I have, I'm going to remake it. That's an important point. I'm going to give a shout out to my bro, Alan. You know who you are. You kind of put something up on social media talking about another guy who you're like, I don't know how I feel about this. I don't count a PR, even if it's a personal PR, if the spotter helps. I agree with that. And, you know, people will do that and they'll make the excuse, well, I'm counting it. It's just a gym lift. Well, I don't compete in powerlifting or whatever, but there's a problem with that. Why do we do gym lifts? Why do we have gym PRs? Why do we count rep PRs? Let's set aside your 1 rep maxes. Let's say your goal is to bench 225 for 10 reps. Not even make it about bouncing it off your chest or your butt or multiple. Let's just talk about you lifting it at all. You set that as a goal and you're counting that as progress. Why? Because it represents muscle and strength, right? If you have never benched 225 for 10 reps before and you can get to 225 for 10, your pecs are probably bigger. Your triceps are probably bigger. Your pecs almost certainly are. Or your front delts. You gained muscle. It's indicative of muscle growth. That's why we care. That is why we set these progressive overload PRs if we're not setting 1 rep max PRs. Anything other than a 1 rep max, we're obviously doing it as a representation of muscle growth and gains, because it is. Let's give you a question. Your spotter touches the bar on the last 4 reps. How many reps did you get? You got 6. You say, well, that's not fair. Blame your spotter. Because here's the problem. You have if a spotter touches you or the bar at all, at any point during a lift, they tap your elbows on whatever dumbbell press. They touch you on a squat. I don't know why you're using spotters for rep work on a squat anyways. You should just use the safety pins, but I digress. If they touch the bar or you didn't lift all the weight by yourself. Therefore, you have no evidence whatsoever. I'll state that again. If they touch you or the bar at any point during the set, you have no evidence that you are capable of lifting it. Why did you set the goal? Because you wanted to be able to do something. Okay. Now, we'll set aside strength guys. We're talking purely even physique guys. Let's set aside the power lifters. Because if anybody touches you or the bar in powerlifting, that is a red light. You're disqualified. You guys know that. If the spotter messes up and decides to screw your world record up, they can steal your world record at a meet by touching the bar. They just took your world record. They just want to be a dick. Now, they might not let them keep doing meets. They're allowed to steal your world record, technically. If they touch the bar, your all-time world record is nothing. You lost it. Automatic fail. Red light. Too bad. They might have a talk with the spotter about it. You're not allowed to count it? Okay. So let's talk about gym lifts. Talk about physique guys. Your work is indicative of muscle gain. That's why you're doing it. Because you know that represents growth. You know that, hey man, if I can get 10 reps of 405 on an ass to grass squat, my quads are probably bigger than they were when I couldn't do it. Right? Right? That's why you're doing it. Same thing on the bench. Now, if they say, well, I'm still going to count it. Okay. So if you're dieting, same physique guys, and your spotter comes over, you don't quite like the number on the scale, and they tap your elbows while you're standing on the scale a little, and you're like, oh, I was trying to get to 200, 202. Oh, tap my elbows. They tap it, and it's 200 now. 199. Are you going to mark it down as you lost that extra 2-3 pounds of fat? Are you going to count it? They only gave it a couple fingers. Oh, you lost that fat. Scale didn't read it. You're measuring the biceps, right? Measuring those guns. Like trying to get your arms bigger. You're really hoping it was at 17. Okay, the spotter can come over and pull the tape just a hair. You had 16 and they pulled that tape and it now shows 17 because they tugged the tape just a little. Are you going to count it? I think you would. If you will count a set that a spotter touched, I think you'll count that 17 on the tape. I think you'll count that fat loss on the scale. Why wouldn't you? Be consistent. It doesn't really matter if they helped a little bit as long as you believe. You see how silly that is? No, you don't get to count it. Don't count. If you count it, you are being dishonest with yourself regarding your progress. It's not about your accountability with other people. Okay? I want to be clear. When I make that statement that you can't count that PR, it's not about impressing me. It's not about impressing my bro Alan. Not about impressing your fangirls. It's about being honest with yourself. It's about your self-integrity and your self-respect. You don't know that you are capable of doing that. You don't know that you made the gains because someone ruined your ability to measure it. You as spotters, quit doing that stuff. Your job as a spotter is to keep the person from dying. Let me state that again. Your job as a spotter is to make sure the person doesn't die. That is your only reason for existing as a spotter. You serve no other purpose. You are there as a safety precaution. Keep the person from dying. Are you saving their life by tapping the bar on 3 reps or touching them when they're in the middle of a lift that they had? Well, stop doing it. Stop doing it. Well, it was all you, bro. You touched the bar. Why did you put 2 fingers under a bar? If that bar was to crash down on top of that person, would that save them? No, so why would you even do it? As a spotter, you were supposed to grab that bar and deadlift it off them as if their life depends on it. That is your only job. You don't tap a bar. Stop doing that. This blame can go all the way around. You know what? That's just my opinion. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.